Welcome back. Jumping right into the viewer mailbag for today. Bob writes in from Woodstock that he loves the garden segment. Thank you so much for watching. He's got a large property near Woodstock and noticed the leaves on the tips of branches are turning brown. Wants to know if this could possibly be from cicadas. Cicadas spend all of their life cycle living off of trees, not just oak trees, but many varieties of deciduous trees. When they're underground, they feed off the sap of the roots, and when they're done mating, the females lay their eggs in branches that are usually about the width of a pencil. Where egg densities are great, it does cause the tips of those branches to wither and die. Now, the dying and dead terminals droop down. This type of injury on a tree is called flagging. On large trees like the pictures you sent, the tree will be just fine in the long term. Now, on younger trees, this can be problematic in a serious way, which is why folks often put that netting over trees that are less than 10 feet tall. Thank you so much for that great question. James in the 708 area code says he's got a problem tomato plant. As you can see, it's extremely tall and healthy looking. However, he's not seeing any budding flowers, indicating tomatoes are actively growing. The cherry tomato next to it is loaded with flowers and some small tomatoes already. He says, should I have a reason to be concerned? Well, first and foremost, I'd say you'd be more curious than concerned. If there are different varieties, it could be just as easy as that variety of the one closer to the brick wall could just be flowering later in the season. Now, if they're the same variety, we have a fascinating side-by-side comparison, so we can eliminate all sorts of typical problems like plants being too young or immature, soil lacking nutrients, temperature and humidity fluctuations, pests and disease, which would hit both of those tomato plants. So a couple of variables are left. The first of three possible problems are called side shoots, also called suckers, that are diagonal shoots that come out between the main stem and the trusses, which can hinder flowering. And that lack of air circulation could also be a problem as well in flower formation. So cutting a few of those trusses and those suckers could definitely help. But because both plants are so tall, I'm guessing they're what's called indeterminate tomato plants that can continue to grow and vine taller and taller. One way to force them to flower is to chop off the, say, top 6 to 12 inches. And the last problem, which does happen from time to time in the Pacific Northwest with their chilly nights there, folks often put the heat-loving tomato and pepper plants right up against a brick or cement wall so the plant can stay warm at night. But if the weather proved to be really warm that summer, that extra heat off the full brick or concrete wall could be hindering flower formation, and that could be the case with your tomato plant so close to that brick wall. Tomatoes like those nighttime temperatures in the low 60s and daytime highs from 70 to 82 degrees. Hopefully some of those tips will help. Margot emails in that she hasn't seen many lightning bugs this season or last season as well, and wonders if there's anything she can do to make her yard a better place for them to thrive. A great question. Unfortunately, fireflies are disappearing all over the world. Entomologists, those are bug scientists, say their diminishing numbers are due to the use of toxic chemicals, pesticides, destruction of wetlands, urban sprawl, clearing of forests, and perhaps most important of all that we could help with is light pollution, which is all too bad because these beneficial insects don't bite, not poisonous, and carry no diseases for humans. These winged beetles are predatory, feeding on the larvae of insect pests and on snails and slugs. The website gardenknowhow.com says there are things you can do to help them. The first thing is to get rid of any unneeded outdoor lighting, or at least put motion detectors on them. Switch to natural fertilizers like manure or fish emulsion, and avoid toxic chemicals on the lawn. There's also a long list of plants they really do like. You'll want to check out the website firefly.org. If you've got any gardening questions, I would love to hear them. Just email me here at the station, tjoyce@wgntv.com, and let me know where you live and send me pics of your problem plants. That's also a pretty big help.